Q12 round 4, and welcome to Brandon in North Suffolk, an exquisite village in the heart of East Anglia, where we've got 4 of the finest local quiz players who have been knocking at the door since this morning trying to get in, and we've got 2 out-of-towners, and they are Claire Miller-Jones from Brandon. We've got Mike Abbott, regular of TV quiz shows, been on 15 to 1, The Weakest Link had won it, and £125,000 on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Next to him is Diane Halligan, who's come from Leeds. She was the captain of Victoria's Come and Have a Go If You Think You're Smart Enough team, which won £40,000. Next we've got Seamus, who's also from Brandon, Seamus McCarthy, hoping to fly the flag for the local teams. And from Weeting, we've got Jenny Arnold and Matthew Arnold. Round 1 of Q12 comprises 12 minutes of quick-fire buzzer questions. Each question is worth 1 point for a correct answer. Woe betide you if you get the answer wrong, you will lose half your score. Because there are only 6 players playing, today we're playing a version of Devil Take the Hindmost, and after 12 minutes, the person with the lowest score will be eliminated prior to round 2. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready to start. We've got some round 1 questions coming up. I hope you all do very well. Fingers on the buzzers. Which cowboy rode a horse called Trigger?
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers is worth 1 point. Next question. Who was the 40th President of the United States of America?
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Ronald Reagan.
Was worth a guess. You couldn't lose half your points. 1 point to Diane. Next question. The letters M-A-S-H in the context of the TV programme The Film.
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Mobile Army Surgical Hospital.
Is the correct answer to you, Mike. 1 point for you as well. Donald Sutherland in the film. And
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Hawkeye.
it seems like a MASH specialist question today. Next question. Mike's on 2 points. F-E is.
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Iron.
Iron is correct. Puts you on 3 points. Next question. Pablo Honey, Hail to the Thief, The Bends, Kid A, Amnesiac, and OK Computer were albums for which?
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Radiohead.
Well done, Diane. Yes, you can clap if you like, that's allowed in this. The modal weight of this fish is given as between 4.5 and 11.3 kilograms. But specimens up to 90 kilograms have been recorded. Gadus morhua is a taxonomic classification for which popular seafood fish? Anybody want a risk, especially if you're on 0?
Cod.
Matthew, that's the correct answer. Cod is the correct answer. 1 point. Well done. Next question. Born Jacob Gershowitz, which composer wrote OK?
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
George Gershwin.
George Gershwin is the correct answer. 1 point. According to the Bible, who washed Jesus' feet, then dried them with her hair?
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
Mary Magdalene.
Mary Magdalene is the correct answer. Who first had a taste of stardom when she performed Ghostbusters at a holiday camp in Carnarvon at the age of 3 and had to be dragged from the stage when she refused to leave? She also released the album The Voice of an Angel.
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Charlotte Church.
That is so typical. Next question. Lincoln Burrows is framed for the murder of the Vice President's brother in which Fox TV series, currently a best viewing show on Channel 5?
24
Number 11,
hours.
Matthew Arnold.
24 hours.
24 hours is unlucky. It's Prison Break. Lose half your score. Which United States organisation produces or publishes the most popular online world fact book?
Number 11, Matthew Arnold.
Wikipedia.
I'm afraid not. It's the CIA World Fact Book. In August 1960, who, along with Dudley Moore, Jonathan Miller and Peter Cook, achieved instant fame by appearing at the Edinburgh Festival?
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
You didn't say Alan Bennett, did you?
I didn't say Alan Bennett. No.
Say Alan Bennett then.
Alan Bennett's the correct answer. 1 point.
My name on Leeds Central.
Next question. Fingers on the buzzers. Solely Solely at number 5 and Tweedledum and Tweedledee at number 2 were hits for which Scottish band? They peaked at number 1 in
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Middle of the road.
No, yes. Correct answer.
Chirpy, chirpy, choo choo.
We'll be going to Will for a score in a couple of seconds and a time check after this question. In which country is a Spanish riding school?
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Austria.
Austria is a correct answer. Will, what's the scores, please?
Okay, currently in the top 4 places are Mike Abbott with 5, Diane Halligan with 5, Seamus McCarthy with 2, and Matthew Arnold with a quarter of a point. In the danger zone at the moment are Claire Miller-Jones and Jenny Arnold yet to score.
Thank you very much. Which actress starred in the films The Pelican Brief and...
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts is correct in Sleeping with the Enemy. Next question. Held off the number 1 spot by Clive Dunn, Benny Hill and...
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
It's Vienna, no? No, it's
Lose half your points, Mark. That was a reckless press. I'll give the rest of the competitors the rest of the question. Held off the number 1 spot by Clive Dunn, Benny Hill and little Jimmy Osmond, whose 4 UK chart number 2 singles were Children of the Revolution, Solid Gold...
Number 10, Jenny Arnold.
Mark Bolan.
Correct. I'm going to give you that. Mark Bones in brackets T-Rex. You get it. Well done. 1 point, Jenny. Who won Wimbledon men's singles titles from 1976 to...
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Bjorn Borg.
Beyond Borg for the next 5 years. Awesome record. Your next question, people. Fingers on the buzzers. What does a dermatologist...
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Skin.
Skin is correct for 1 point. Next question. What sport is played by the Harlem Globetrotters?
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
Basketball.
Basketball is the correct answer. We'll be going to Will for a check-up after the next question. Tamworth is a breed.
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Pig.
Pig is correct for 1 point. It looks like Diane's out in front, but I think Will may be able to confirm that.
Okay, yeah, Diane is out in front with 9 points, probably doesn't need to press any more. The only person who stands to be eliminated at the moment is Claire Miller-Jones, who has yet to score. Everybody else stands to go through. Seamus on 3, Mike on 2.5, Jenny on 1 and Matthew Arnold on quarter of a point.
Very good. I'm pulling for Claire Miller-Jones. So here's your next question. Go to the sub-sheet. Fed by the rivers Witham, Welland, Nene and Great Ouse, named that estuary shared...
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
the Wash.
The Wash is the correct answer. Well done, Mike. Christened Erwin Johannes Eugen, which army commander was known as the Desert Fox?
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Erwin Rommel.
Rommel is the correct answer. Next question. Of which country is Fidel Castro the president?
Number 11, Matthew Arnold.
Cuba.
Cuba is correct. 1 point to Matthew. On the 20th of October 1984, to which comedian did Dawn French get married?
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Lenny Henry.
Lenny Henry, you were just behind him, Claire, unlucky. What nationality was the composer of the Minute Waltz, Chopin?
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Polish.
You couldn't resist that, could you, Diane? On whose life is Bette Midler's film The Rose?
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Janis Joplin.
Oh, what reckless pressing.
Sorry.
A dray is the home of which creature?
Number 4, Mike
A
Abbott.
squirrel.
Squirrel is the correct answer. Which Scottish engineer designed the Menai Suspension Bridge and has a new town in Shropshire?
Number 4, Mike
Thomas
Abbott.
Telford.
Thomas Telford is the correct answer. We're going to go to Will for a check-up after the next question. Which artist painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel?
Number 10, Jenny Arnold.
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo is correct. Oh, it's stuff like this. Okay, Will, could you give us a time check and could you give us the scores, please?
Okay, with about 2.5 minutes to go, Jenny has just moved ahead of Matthew on 2 points, and Claire Miller-Jones is still in the danger zone with being yet to score. Diane is on 11 points, Mike is on 7.5, and Seamus is on 3.
A Jump at Aintree. A TV show hosted by John McEnroe. Sedan, arm,
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Chair.
are all chairs. Well done. Sedan, arm and height are all types of what? In which British castle was Prince Charles's investiture?
Number 10, Jenny Arnold.
Carnarvon.
You're doing famously, Jenny. Well done. Another question. The cartoon strip Andy Capp appears in which...
Number 11, Matthew Arnold.
Mirror.
The Mirror is correct. Are you a subscriber?
No.
Unlucky. I think they only sell the Daily Telegraph around here, but I'm not sure. Next question. St. David's Day falls on which date?
Number 10, Jenny Arnold.
1st of March.
1st of March, a big risk on that one. Well done, Jenny. A little round of applause for a brave press, I think. That's excellent. Marmalade sandwiches would be associated
Number 10, Jenny Arnold.
Paddington Bear.
You're going to be able to take him down in a minute. Well done. Paddington Bear is the correct answer. 1 point. Who holds the record of being the only driver ever to finish in the top 3 in all of his first 5 Grand Prix?
Number 10, Jenny Arnold.
Lewis Hamilton.
Yes, this question was written 5 weeks ago. Lewis Hamilton is correct. And the only newcomer to have led the championship. Which 2 Mediterranean islands are members of the Commonwealth?
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Cyprus and Malta.
Yes, very brave press. And more on the Mediterranean. On which Spanish costa is Torremolinos situated?
Number 11, Matthew Arnold.
Costa del Sol.
Is the correct answer. Fabulous place. Do you go for holidays there with the Daily Mirror?
No.
What kind of life do you have here in Brandon? Next question.
Not from.
Better places than
What is the last letter of the Greek alphabet?
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Omega.
You had to go for it, didn't you?
Yeah.
You just had to go for it
Yeah.
despite your score. Mount Cook is the highest point in which country?
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
New Zealand.
Yeah, right.
New Zealand is the correct answer. And we have got 1 question left to go. How has Angela Kelly found fame and fortune? She won £35 million on the lottery. Will, what's the situation, and can we ask another question?
I'm afraid whatever happens, Claire Miller-Jones is going to be out. So
Well, we'll give Claire a nice round of applause and we'll be back with the next round in just a few minutes. And welcome back to part 2 of this particular round of QU12. It's round 4 in the heart of East Anglia, and we've got 5 contestants left in. Mike Abbott, Diane Halligan, Seamus McCarthy, Jenny Arnold, and Matthew Arnold, the first husband and wife team to make it so far, I do believe. Round 2 comprised of 6-part questions. If you've seen the previous rounds, you'll know what we're doing. You get big points if you answer early. You get few points if you answer incorrectly. So, good luck, all players. The first 3 players to achieve 12 points will have a place in today's final. Your first question. For 6 points, which small town am I talking about? Roald Dahl wrote a non-fiction story about the treasure found in which place, published first in the Saturday Evening Post and later in his short story collection, The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar and 6 More. For 5 points, it was based on a true find of a major hoard of 33 Roman silver objects believed to have been buried in the 4th century, includes some of the finest surviving examples of Roman silversmithing.
number 10, Jenny Arnold.
Mildenhall.
Mildenhall is the correct answer. Jenny, you have 5 points.
Well done.
Practically guaranteed. Yes, we'll have a round of applause. Ignore the apostrophes to give a place name. For 6 points, there is 1 in Exeter. For 5 points, there is 1 in London. For 4 points, there's 1 in Newcastle. For 3 points, London's is bounded by
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
St James's Park.
St James's Park is the correct answer. They are spelt the same, but with apostrophes in different places, if at all. 3 points to Mike Abbott. In which country is what may be the oldest extant complete man-made freestanding building in the world? The oldest of all the megalithic temples. I can't pronounce this, but I'll try. Il Gnatija in Guadex, dating back to before 3,500 BC. It comprises, for 5 points, an archipelago of 7 islands. For 4 points, Filfla, Cominoto and the island of St. Paul are uninhabited. It was granted independence, for 3 points, on September the 21st, 1964.
Number 10, Jenny Arnold.
Tristan da Cunha.
I'm sorry, that's minus 3 points. For 2 points, it was awarded the George Crop.
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Malta.
Malta is for 2 points.
I'd already been thinking it.
For 6 points, people, whose doctorate was awarded by the private Bob Jones University of South Carolina. For 5 points, he has written that seat 666 in the European Parliament is reserved for the Antichrist. Oh, really? For 4 points, in 1977 he launched the Save Ulster from Sodomy campaign. For 3 points, when Pope John Paul II delivered a speech in the European Parliament, he shouted, "I denounce you as the Antichrist," though the Pope never did get to sit in seat 666. For 2 points, upon the death of Piara Cabra in June 2007, he became the oldest sitting British Member of Parliament. And for 1 point, he's a Member of Parliament for North Antrim.
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Ian Paisley.
Ian Paisley, and measly
He's thinking
1
ages
point.
ago
I knew
as
it was
well,
that
but
whole
yeah,
one.
he just didn't go for it.
For 6 points, what number is the number of Thurston model geometries? University Challenger or what? For 5 points, it's written as 1000 in binary notation.
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
8.
8 is the correct answer. What can be a novel by T.C. Boyle, first published in 2006, about a young deaf woman? For 5 points, it's a popular English music group that was active from 1981 to 1991. In mainstream circles, the group is most well known for their early synth-pop new wave singles. They had 4 singles in the British chart, their lowest placed one being eponymous, the same word appearing in their name twice.
Number 10, Jenny Arnold.
Duran Duran.
Unlucky, not Duran Duran.
-4.
God.
-4. For 3 points, it's also the name of a British company whose preferred method of torture is the Thunderclap Newman tune, Something in the Air. For 2 points, David Thatcher and Charlie Dunstan are the key officers.
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Talk, talk.
Talk, talk is correct. Another pop music question, well done.
2
Oh,
points.
no, I got it from Charleston.
2 points. For 6 points, come on Jenny. What originated when Dr. Bob S., a New York surgeon, for 5 points, and Bill W., a New York stockbroker, met in Akron, Ohio? From that initial mutual support, for 4 points, have sprung 100,000 groups.
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Sorry, I should have said Diane H there, shouldn't I? Yes, Alcoholics Anonymous is the correct answer.
And Diane is now on 14, which means she's through.
Give Diane a polite round of applause. She's the next round. Who is believed to have been born approximately 281 furlongs from this Brandon Institute, about 7 minutes south and 48.5 minutes west? For 4 points, assuming that the length of the year is constant, corresponding to the current 365,422 days, he was born 149,135 days ago. For 3 points, at Friars, now 80, the High Street, Huntingdon. For 2 points, he was the third person to sign Charles I's death warrant in...
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Oliver Cromwell.
Oliver Cromwell had to be. That's worth 2 points. Which bird, for 6 points, with the Latin name grus grus? It's a large bird, over a metre high or long, with a 1.5 metre wingspan and a weight of about 5 kilograms. For 4 points, it's grey with a white facial streak and a bunch of black wing plumes. Adults have a red crown patch. It is a loud trumpeting call given in flight and display. A tiny population now breeds at Lakenheath in the Norfolk Broads and is slowly increasing. For 2 points, it has a dancing display, leaping with wings uplifted. And for 1 point, it breeds in wetlands in northern parts of Europe and Asia, the global population in the region of 200,000, sharing its name with a common item of building equipment.
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
Crane.
Crane is correct answer. Well done. Next question. Which actor starred in Sunday Bloody Sunday? For 5 points, My Beautiful Laundrette. For 4 points, was Oscar nominated for the role of Jerry Conlon in The Name of the Father, as well as Bill the Butcher in The Gangs of New York. For 2 points, he won the 1990 Oscar for the Best Actor in a Leading Role for his role in My Left.
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis is correct answer. I would ask you which one, because the final bit wasn't Cecil Day-Lewis.
Daniel Liz.
2 points, Mike. Which city, for 6 points, is the 8th biggest in the European Union? For 5 points, its population as of 2006 was estimated at 1.7 million. For 4 points, the 2006 Miss World Finals took place in the Palace of Culture and Science. It's the city's tallest building and the fourth tallest building in the European Union. For 3 points, this city is midway between the Baltic Sea and the Caucasian Mountains. For 2 points, it sits on the river Vistula.
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Warsaw.
Warsaw, tak, Ślicznie. Well done, 2 points for Mike Abbott. Next question, for 6 points. Which nursery rhyme character has islands of the same name in Antarctica, Canada and Papua New Guinea? For 5 points, he was inspired by the Battle of Wakefield. For 4 points, Edmund of Langley was the first person to be given the name. For 3 points, it's a title usually given to the second son.
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Duke of York.
Duke of York is the correct answer. Mike is now through, well done. 3 to go, let's get a local through here.
Never heard of him.
Which country name, for 6 points, was generally used by the international community until March the 21st, 1935, for 5 points, when Reza Shah Pahlavi formally asked for the adoption of the native name? For 4 points, this country's name was applied to successive empires from 3000 BC onwards, including the Parthian, Sassanid and Safavid dynasties. For 2 points, it's also applied to one of the oldest breeds of cat, also known as the...
Number 10, Jenny Arnold.
Abyssinia.
Oh, so unlucky. I think we had another press.
Number 11, Matthew Arnold.
Siam is not right. Yes, here's your chance, Seamus. By what name was Iran known until 1935?
Persia.
Persia is the correct answer for 1 point. Well done, only just.
Should have done it earlier.
Next question. The origins of which sport are generally regarded as being in the latter half of the 19th century, when a name used as a slang term for the first year cadets or inexperienced personnel was applied by Sir Neville Chamberlain? So we're talking about a sports name here. For 5 points, the first World Championship was held in 1927. For 4 points, was won by the same man for every year it was played up to 1946, and has subsequently been won twice by other men sharing the same surname.
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
Snooker.
Snooker is correct for 4 points. One question away
One
from...
question away.
Which bird has only 3 varieties? Eastern, Western and Mountain. It's one of the few members of the thrush family which is restricted to the Americas, although they have given their name as a nickname to Cardiff City Football Club. For 2 points, they've been predicted in a song over southwest England, specifically Kent, specifically Dover.
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
Bluebird.
Bluebird is correct, and the name given to several wrecking vehicles driven by Michael and Noel Campbell, 2 points. Next question. Which name, an ancestor of Grendel in Beowulf? For 5 points, he was cursed to wander the earth, but his namesake was cursed to wander around Emmerdale Farm. For 4 points, although often interpreted as being sent to the land of Nod, for 3 points he asked, "Am I my brother's keeper?"
Number 10,
Seth.
Jenny Arnold.
Sorry Jenny, it wasn't Seth. For 2 points, prior to the fratricide, for 1 point
it's the other
of
one.
his brother Abel.
Cain.
Number
Kane
6, Seamus McCarthy.
one that do.
Cain is correct for 1 point.
Jenny minus 3.
Seth was their brother, weren't he?
Seth was a brother, yes, he was the third part.
He was the brother.
It's one of the dingles.
For 6 points, which organ in the body has a number of functions, including glycogen storage and plasma protein synthesis? For 5 points, and detoxification, specifically of alcohol.
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
Kidney.
I'm afraid it's
Wrong one.
not.
Minus 4.
Minus 4 points. Did you have another press there?
Yes, and number 11, Matthew Arnold.
Liver. Yes.
Liver is correct. For 6 points, which author with the first two names, Pelham Grenville, did
Number 10, Jenny Arnold.
PG Woodhouse.
Yes.
6 points. Next question. Which bird, for 6 points, is the only bird to feature as a regular character in the Winnie the Pooh stories?
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
The owl.
Owl is correct. 6 points. Points for the way, Seamus. Next question. For 6 points, who was born in 1812? For 5 points, he wanted to marry Maria Beadnall but ended up marrying Catherine Hogarth. For 4 points, he had the middle names John Huffam. And for 3 points, he adopted his younger brother's nickname Boz.
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
Charles Dickens.
Is the correct answer. Well done, you're in the final. So I hope some of you watching are going to tune in to the last part of this particular game where Diane Halligan, Mike Abbott and Seamus McCarthy will be playing each other mano a mano for the final round of this week's Q12. Back in a minute. And it's part 3 of round 4 of Q12 2007, where we have 3 contestants in the final. We have Mike Abbott, we have Diane Halligan, and we have Seamus McCarthy. Seamus McCarthy, somewhat reminiscent of Clint Eastwood, with the Baxters on one side, the Rohos on the other, and me here right in the middle. Are you laughing at my mule? Part 3 is a race to get to 12 points. Each question is worth 1 point for a correct answer. There are no points penalty for getting one wrong. The catch with this round is, if any player gets 3 questions wrong, they are out of the competition. Either the first player to achieve 12 points or the last player standing will be through to the final in Oxford. Good luck, all 3 players. The Ordos, the Taklamakan, the Tharkolistan, the Karakum and the Kizilkum and the Gobi are all which kind?
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Deserts.
They're all deserts. 1 point to Mike. For 1 point, which was the only one of the 50 United States to have been partially occupied by the Japanese during World War.
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Hawaii.
Hawaii is one life, Mike. I'm sorry about that. The only one of the 50 United States to have been partially occupied by the Japanese during World War II. It's Alaska, the islands of Attu and Kiska in 1942. Meaning work of God, what was founded by a Roman Catholic priest?
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Opus Dei.
Opus Dei is the correct answer for Diane, puts you on 1 point. What was the original name of the line on a ship showing the level to which it could be loaded?
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Plimsoll.
Plimsoll line is worth 1 more point. Which crop is affected by Leptinotarsa decemlineata, or the Colorado?
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Potato.
Potatoes, Colorado beetles. Next question. Who won the women's singles final at the 2002 Australian Open? She turned professional on March the 5th, 1990, 3 weeks before her 14th birthday.
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Jennifer Capriati.
Is worth 1 point. Diane's on 3 points. Which town, the victim of flooding in 2007, stands at the confluence of the River Severn and the River Avon?
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Tewkesbury.
Tewkesbury is correct. 3 points apiece to Mike and Diane. Still Seamus to get off the mark. Next question, it's the 9th one really. According to the canonical Christian Gospels, who at the trial of Jesus, and despite stating that he personally found him not guilty of a crime?
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Pontius Pilate.
Pontius Pilate is the correct answer. Next question coming up when I've turned the page. Good luck, all 3 players. Who was the Latin goddess of the moon and of the...
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Selena.
No. Who was the Latin goddess of the moon and of the hunt, counterpart?
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Diana.
Diana is the correct answer. Next one. Davy Jones, Phil Collins and Tony Robinson all starred in which musical, which when transferred to a film...
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Oliver.
Oliver is the correct answer. Diane goes on to 5 points. Morgan Freeman and Steve Carell reprise their roles as God and the title character in which sequel to Bruce Almighty? It's...
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
Evan Almighty's correct. Seamus goes on to 1 point. Well done. In the film Tomorrow Never Dies, the unnamed US airbase in the South China Seas had F-15Es that clearly displayed the LN tail markings of the 48th Fighter Wing. At which airbase was the actual locate?
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
Leconheath is correct. Well done. The double for Seamus.
Should get it one right.
Good answer.
Name 3 things. Deep in Fenland, alongside the absurdly isolated railway station of Shippier Hill, with 11 passengers per year, is the entrance to Plantation Farm. A tractor track runs through the farm to this most inaccessible of tri-points. The actual point is the confluence of what presumably were 2 former smaller tributaries of the Little Ouse. Which 3 counties meet at this place?
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
Norfolk, Suffolk, Cambridge.
It's 3 for Seamus and he's buzzing along. Well done. Next question. Equatorial Guinea, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Paraguay, Peru and Puerto Rico all speak which language?
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Spanish.
Spanish is the correct answer for Diane. Next question. In which early radio soap might Mary have been worried about Jim?
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Mrs. Dale's Diary.
Puts you on 1 point, worth 4 points altogether. Next question. Picture board, action round. What happened next?
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Question of
A
sport.
question of sport is the correct answer. Bordered by the Netherlands, Germany, Luxembourg, France, and for a short stretch by the North Sea, where does a car come from if it bears the international registration B?
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
Belgium.
Belgium is correct.
It's your
Seamus is on 4 along with...
Just scared to go for it, yeah?
What is the full name for that thermoplastic made from carbon, hydrogen and chlorine, otherwise known as PVC?
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Polyvinyl chloride.
Puts you on 5 points, Mike. For which team did Steve Bull score 200...
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Wolverhampton Wanderers puts you on 6. Next question. Juneau is the capital.
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Alaska.
Alaska, I will do.
was
9
all 3 right,
points, 3 away. The Scarlet Pimpernel quiz. Love means never having to say you're sorry was a strapline for which...
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Love story.
Love story puts you on 10. A numismatist.
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
Coin collector.
Coin collector is correct. Who was the self-styled Witchfinder General?
Number 6, Seamus McCarthy.
Cromwell.
Not Cromwell, I'm afraid not. Lose a life.
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Matthew Hopkins.
Matthew Hopkins is worth 1 point and puts you on 11, 1 point away from a famous victory. Next question. In which TV programme Arif Bentwaters in Suffolk masquerade as the Star Facility in the town of Krimsk? It was notable for a space funeral of a fictional celebrity dog called Mr. Bimby, whose ashes were spilt and had to be vacuumed up. It was fronted by Johnny Vaughan in what was the most elaborate hoax perpetrated in television history, featuring several young hopefuls going on a space mission while they stayed on Earth. It was called Space Cadet. Name one of the things thou is forbidden from coveting according to the 10 Commandments.
Number 4, Mike Abbott.
My neighbour's wife.
Neighbour's wife is worth 1 point. Next question. Mary Isabel Catherine Bernadette O'Brien was the real name of which...
Number 4,
Dusty
Mike Abbott.
Springfield.
Dusty Springfield puts you on 9 points. Next question. Odontophobia.
Number 4, Mike
Teeth.
Abbott.
Teeth is correct. Puts you on 10. 1 point behind Diane Halligan and 2 points off a place in the final. A group of rhinoceroses is...
Number 5, Diane Halligan.
Crash.
And it's a win for Diane. Well done. The next show will be direct from London, when hopefully we may have 12 players. Meanwhile, Diane goes through for the final against Darren Martin, against Pat Gibson, and against Rob Hanna from Torquay in what promises to be a very exciting event in Oxford. 6 more to go. Let's see what happens. Well done, Diane. Well done, all the competitors, and we'll see you for the next round.